Iridessa. She looks towards the destruction, the fire, and the boxes in the center of the room are only like one box level, so she can see you from there. So first of all, everything around her, like this aura, there's a misty aura coming from her that starts to fill the room, and the temperature drops considerably. And then she has an aura. Yeah. Okay. So pretty much in an aura around her, the floor freezes into ice around her as she moves. So she's going to move one, leap up onto the box, and then she is going to wave her hand towards you, and Elsa from Frozen style is going to shoot Ice Beam at you, Remy. She will deal...
Or maybe not, because...
Or maybe not, because...
I can use Kinesis. Kinesis can, like, be used to, like, dodge it. I think
okay.
Status?
Is that an interrupt?
Yeah.
Okay, and it just succeeds, you don't have to roll anything?
The triggering accuracy roll receives a -4 penalty. This may cause moves to miss.
Okay, it's still gonna hit. You'll use it, but it won't be able to dodge the beam. She's very accurate. And you're going to get hit with 42 points of ice damage, Remy. It's ice. I don't know if that reduces anything for you because you're a fire type. Sly is now going to use a rain. He's going to start dancing up onto the crates, and then somehow magically the sprinkler system in this room turns on and it starts to rain as he does a rain dance, which means that water attacks are a lot more powerful, fire attacks are muted. They don't do nearly as much damage. And as the water falls to the ground and hits the misty aura, pretty much the entire room now, because of the rain dance, the entire room now is freezing into ice. Ringo is going to use a Shadow Ball. 26 points of damage is going to be done to Remy. 26 points of damage, dark energy damage to Remy. Gizgaz is going to run around the boxes, searching. He's going to run over the boxes and keep searching. The big, massive bear kick, Glacius, is going to do a slash. He's going to run up and do a slash on Noir. Noir, you take 33 points of physical damage. So you can remove your defense. Cassie, you're up.
Okay, so where she is right now, she's on that non-blue carpeting or whatever. Is she actually there at this point in time, or did she move up before the initiative?
She can move up a little bit before the initiative. I'll let Cassie run up to the group, but she won't be able to do much except for talk this turn.
Oh, so how many... Did that take my shift then to get in there?
I'll say it'll take your move to get there, but you can speak freely if you'd like to speak for 6 seconds.
Could I roll a perception instead?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. And I'll do that, because there are only Pokemon here, so talking probably wouldn't be fantastic.
Probably not.
Okay.
16. Yeah, you can clearly see that there's some sort of fight breaking out. The entire area is being filled with this cold mist, and it looks like it's raining inside that room and turning into ice. It's sleeting. It's sleeting in that room.
Okay. There's my turn, I guess.
Harrington is going to use an Icy Wind. So everyone in that cone, which is Glacius and Noir and Remy, will take 29 points of ice damage. 29 points of ice damage, which you can reduce with your special defense. Ew, you're up.
Yeah, so Ew will, he knows what's going on, so he moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
From where he is right now, could he use Fake Out on Glacius?
What's the range of Fake Out?
It is... melee one target.
I'll say so. He's big enough. I'll say so.
And I don't think Grimer would have difficulty like squeezing through it all.
Yeah, the Grimer would be able to do that.
So, 31 points.
Okay. 31 points on Glacius. It's physical, so he defends some of that. Okay.
And it flinches the target.
Yep. All right. Lux, what are you gonna do?
Is there a fire alarm or something he could pull? He wants to draw attention.
Roll a perception.
Sure.
12? I'm gonna say you don't see a fire alarm in the immediate vicinity. Not in the immediate vicinity.
What could that kind of action-wise then?
I'm gonna say that that's a swift action. You still have a standard action left.
Okay. Unfortunately, everything I can do attack-wise is melee. True. Okay. And he's going to move up to there.
Okay.
Or actually, no, I could stay there and hold the rest of my turn.
You can if you'd like.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Fern is up, Ella. Go ahead.
Okay, Fern's going to run up. I think 2 squares is 1 movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Fern will see all this and go, whoa. Oh. You guys need to stop hating my friends and do... What can she see? Can she do a perception check to like get a better idea of the situation?
2. Yeah, you don't know what's going on. There's too much fog. You can't see a thing.
Fern's just going to like
Okay.
just do nothing, then it's like go,
Okay. Noir, you're up.
oh dear. Yeah, no, I was looking pretty bad. There's like 3 bloody gashes in her. She has like 17 HP. It's not very good.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to look at Iridessa and go, how dare you harm my Pokemon? What on earth do you think you're doing? She used like her psychic powers with a psychic struggle and like, try and like hurt Iridessa.
All right. Go ahead and roll for it. All right. Telekinetic struggle. So that's a ranged attack?
Yeah, not
All
very
right.
good hit though.
As an interrupt, Iridessa holds up both of the palms of her hands, and forming in front of her is this ice shield. And it hits the ice shield, and the ice shield cracks, but it doesn't quite penetrate through.
Remy, for his first action, he will... Can he see Iridessa?
No,
Can he
because
see-
Iridessa... Well, he can sort of see the silhouette of her behind the ice.
Okay, so first he's going to talk to Glacius there, and he's going to ask, why are you doing this?
Okay. Glacius
Or
isn't
taking
going to
action.
respond. His eyes seem to be like rabid in rage, as if, he just attacked. Seeing the blood coming out of Noir, he's in a blood rage right now, so he's not really paying much attention to you.
I mean, there's a lot of blood coming out of Remy right now. Like, he's struggling to stand up,
Okay.
but he won't back down, and he says, my parents died because of Pokemon like you, and he will Psybeam. He'll look at Noir, and he will Psybeam.
Go ahead.
He's using a psychic move.
And that for Iridessa. That was for Iridessa, not the bear.
That is for Iridessa? Yeah. Alright. So the Psybeam does 35 points of damage, which actually causes one of the layers, not the layers, like it actually causes some of the ice, at least the one directly in front of her, to shatter, completely shatter.
Now, good luck, Remy.
Run! Minor action!
Iridessa is going to, bring her hands together with a clap, and then focusing on all of her energy, she pushes forward as she casts Blizzard. 51 points of freezing ice damage, and this goes to this focused blast of freezing energy goes to Noir and Remy and you and Fern. All four of you take this damage. 51 points of damage.
Okay. In an act of desperation, Nora's going to activate her interrupt of teleport. Feeling just got this.
Okay.
In
Good.
front of Remy, like shielding him from the blast.
You'll take the brunt of the damage.
Yeah. Which is
Okay.
going to knock her unconscious.
All right, you get knocked unconscious as you take 51 points of damage. I will say that Remy will take half of that damage rounded down. So you were able to block a good amount of it. So I'll say 25 points of cold damage, which is probably being reduced. Well, no, not reduced. On Remy, we established that. 25. But you and Fern gets 51. Ice
So you do
damage.
still get the special defense negation, of course.
You do get the special defense negation.
Or
Yes.
whatever.
Which will take him out, but not as out
it's
as
still
out. I guess.
not as bad as it would have been.
I don't know how it works in this system, but it's a -8, so whatever that means.
Yeah. Iridessa will leap off, take her move to leap off the crates, and run over to Gizgaz, who seems to have something in his mouth now that he found while rummaging through the crates. Sly. So both Remy and Noir are unconscious. Is that correct?
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, but I'm just checking how much damage I need to receive before I die, because that was a lot of damage.
Well, we do have that aura ability where we can 25% you up.
Yeah.
I think we all have to be present for that, or can Cassie trigger it? Call upon the gods.
Cassie can trigger it. This is something that the trainers can trigger. Dragon Breath from Sly. Let's see if, first of all, we'll see if Sly hits. That's gonna hit. Dragon Breath. Okay. 33 damage. Let's see what this range is. Range 6, target 1. Okay. One target gets this, and it's since Ew is right there, Ew is going to take the full 33 points of damage. Dragon type damage. And because he got higher than a 15, that means that Ew is paralyzed. So you have the paralysis status. And Sly is going to jump off the crate and run and make his way towards Iridessa. Ringo. He sees Fern, but I think Fern's a little bit too far away. So Ringo's just gonna hold his action.
Okay, speaking of, Lux is going to take his action now. He's
Go
going to
ahead.
flail arms about to get Cassandra's attention. I'm assuming this will be free action for talking.
Yep, go ahead.
Points at the downed Noir, Remy. Paralyzed you, then points to her, points to them, then points back down the hall, like, get them out of here!
Okay.
Then he's going to move forward.
Roll a command.
Command?
Yeah, when you move after moving forward, Lux, could you roll a command, please?
Sure. As soon as I can find where it is. Command. Sure.
7?
He only has 2d6 in that.
I think Cassie's gonna have a hard time understanding everything that you said, but I'm sure that she at least understands that the
Bad
two, bad stuff. The two unconscious people are unconscious. Unconscious people are conscious. The fortunate thing right now, though, is that Glacius is flinched, so he can't do anything this turn. Now we go to Cassie.
Okay. So as a free action, I could talk, right?
Yeah.
Just take care of that. All right. Well then, firmly, but trying to stay calm. She's saying, "Fern, come." So we'll see. And now she's going to pull out her phone and call the Jennies.
Okay.
Good call!
Good call.
I agree. Very good call. So I don't know if that'll be handled next turn. Like, how far do I get? Can I dial it and then I'm waiting, or can I get an answer? I'd like to think that response on picking up the phone is pretty fast.
Yeah. They'll. But then again, this is 6 seconds, so they'll answer and they'll say, "Officer Jenny, please state your emergency."
And then my turn's over.
Yeah, I think your turn is over.
Okay.
Harrington.
Call that through. Worst case, they'll track us down.
Harrington is going to hold his action as well. Ew, you're paralyzed.
What? Oh, sorry. What's the roll for getting past that?
Paralysis. The target's speed stat is lowered by 4 combat stages. At the beginning of each turn, the target is paralyzed. They must roll a DC 5 save check. If they succeed, they may act normally. If they do not, they cannot take any standard shift or swift actions. Electric-type Pokemon are immune to paralysis. So you have to get a 5 or better on a C20.
Okay, so
Roll a D20. You are fine. You can act normally.
all right. So, he's horrified at seeing Noir and Remy passed out, and he looks at the bear tick, and he says, You're not our friends. You're not our friends." And he uses Fury Swipes on the bear tick.
Okay, go ahead. Roll for damage.
Oh, we know how tough you is.
Yeah. On pedal paddle.
27 damage. All right.
So just while he's doing it, each time he makes contact, he says, "You're not our friends. You're not our friends."
Support you.
Nice. All right. Very nice. Fern, you're up.
Okay, Burns probably sees the unconscious Noir and the unconscious Remy and go, "Boss! Boss is friend!" And she'll kind of like trying to like jump in front of them. Can she try and do that?
Roll an acrobatics, please.
Okay. Guys.
You try to, but I would say that you would have a hard time succeeding. So I would say you wouldn't be able to do that. You can try again though, but that will end your turn. You have a standard action left, but
Okay, well,
which you can
since
use to
I
try it
failed-
again.
she might instead Miss. Any user affected by miss may activate it. No, that won't really work. You'll kind of do ice. No, not ice. That won't work. Such a hard situation. She's going to do ice shard at Hugenchi T. Not much.
I mean, it might
Stop
get me.
paying my friends.
And who are you attacking?
Anyone who she can see. Effectively, if she
Probably
can.
Glacius.
Yeah.
So that's 30 damage. Okay, and Ice Shard I
The
think
hit.
is a physical attack.
It's either okay. Noir, Remy are unconscious.
Yep.
Okay. Starting. Okay, and movement. We can move 2 squares for every one of our standard movements upper overland. If I heard that, or did I misunderstand?
I thought it was 1 square to 2.
1 square.
1 square for every 2, I believe.
Oh, okay. Oh, they have a movement of 5. That's not very good.
But you can double move.
No, because I have a plan. It's a stupid plan, but it's my plan.
Okay, go ahead.
He's going to start moving. When he gets to here, Pat's walking by. We'll touch them. I'm gonna do something stupid. I need you two to look away for 6 seconds. 4, then put him there. When he gets here, flails arms. Hey, look at me! And then he's gonna flash him.
Oh!
So
he's gonna
anyone who
flash
looks
him.
at him
Why'd you have
is
to
gonna
phrase
get
it that way?
insane.
Oh, okay.
I've been thinking about this for a few minutes.
roll a command.
Lux in his trench coat.
Well, this little thing. Mouse, where are you? You're way over there. How did you get over there? Ouch.
Oh,
He is so
all
tiny.
right. All right. I don't think that's, unfortunately with a 4, I don't think that's enough for people to obey you and look in your direction. That was a good try. That was a very good try. But 4, unfortunately, I don't think is enough to get
I
their
think Beartick
attention.
who's closest.
The Beartick I think is still... I think the Beartick is flinching still, technically.
Oh, okay.
He's
Never
still
mind.
flinching, so I don't think he could really turn toward direction if he wanted to,
Shoot.
because of his
Recovers
flinch.
back up, and that is the end of round for him.
All right.
So I hate to retcon because I messed something up with the whole fire type. So the fire type takes half damage from ice type. So
I thought so.
so
That's what I
I'm
thought.
sorry about that. I just found the chart. I thought it was reversed for some reason.
Okay.
I did the math because correct me if I'm wrong, but all those attacks were ice that messed up Remy.
They were all at ice. Yes, they
So
were
I
all.
took my maximum hit points. I added my negative 8 hit points. 64. I halved that. 32 hit points. I should have 32 hit points left.
So you have
Is that
32
the right
points
math, or did someone catch me do something wrong there? So my maximum damage I've taken so far was 64.
left. Okay.
So
I think that's okay. But then that means that Harrington would have, or somebody would have attacked
Sure.
you instead of you.
There might not be
So-
others because Nor was covering him.
Might not be able to. All right, so that's fine. All right, that's fine.
Take some hit points off too, just to even this out if you want, or I'm cool with taking a handicap if you want to take some hit points off,
yeah.
just because something would have changed
We'll
from.
we'll say that you'll just lose a turn.
Okay.
I guess like you flinched or you were shocked by the sudden blast of energy that you lost.
I mean,
lost your
theoretically,
turn.
I lost last turn though, so I hate to.
Yeah.
Because I would have gone under, so I didn't take an action last round.
So maybe lose that last round and then just hold your action to
Yeah.
go last this round. Just so he doesn't lose 2 turns in a row, because he already lost the round before. Maybe this time he's kind of like holding his action, so he'll go in the final slot this round. And that could also give enemies opportunities to attack him, since they go before him.
I think that's fine. Okay, that's fine. The custodian, Gus, will be running up at this point, and
No, Gus, other way.
he runs up and says, "What's going on?" He yells out. Cassie can respond if she wants to respond.
Since it all takes place, I guess, in a matter of seconds, she'll just kind of respond. I mean, because if she can respond to him, then she could also respond to the phone, and so I'll just wait till my turn. You know what I mean? Since the police officer did answer, yeah.
Yeah. Iridessa will call out to the others, and she calls out to the others in a language that none of you guys. I'm sorry. She calls out in a language that Cassie doesn't understand, but all the Pokemon understand, and it's just a simple word that just means let's. It's a simple language that says "let's go." And so she takes some of her Pokeballs out and takes back Ringo and Sly and Harrington and Gizgaz, and she's gonna leap up to try to get the flinching Beartic. The flinching Beartic is now is now able to get out of his flinch, so he's going to make one more attack. He's going to make a slash attack on Remy because Remy's right there. Remy, you're going to take 30 physical damage from that. 30 physical, so you reduce that by your defense.
And because it's physical, it's not an ice attack, or is it ice type? Because Glacius is an ice type, it's half damage.
It's normal type. It's normal type.
Oh, because that's right. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Cassie, you're up.
Okay, so to confirm, at the end of the last episode, or not last episode, last turn, Jenny did answer, right?
Yeah, she did. What's your emergency?
Okay, so Cassie will say, they're in Saffron right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she'll say, there's been an unsolicited attack in the Pokemon Contest Center in Saffron City. At least 3 casualties, possible burglary.
All right, she'll respond because that was about 6 seconds. So she'll respond in the next episode. Ew, you're up.
Yeah, Ew is still
Paralyzed.
He's still paralyzed. Yeah. So let's see.
Roll a d20, get greater than a 5, and you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah. So Ew is still he's still quite furious. He's kind of shrieking with rage. No words or anything, just shrieking in blind rage. And he opens his mouth and he bites the Beartic as hard as he can.
Ooh, go ahead. Go ahead and attack him. 30 but it's a 1.
You missed.
Oh, you missed.
So yeah,
sorry.
He was so furious he missed.
Critical. Yeah, you end up getting a little confused that you bite into the crate instead. And the crate spews out with packaging peanuts and maybe like some porcelain glasses of some sort, like porcelain glasses in the shape of Miltox or something. Miltox is pretty. Lux, you're up. Or I'm sorry, not Lux. That's Fern. Fern, you're up.
Fern, seeing the ice attack wasn't very effective, goes, oh, duh, and goes, Fairy Fire. You get away from my friend. Stop hurting me.
Another 1.
What?
Oh my gosh! Roll 20.
gosh.
We suck this fight.
Wow. All right. So it's a critical miss. You actually end up hitting Ew by mistake. So Ew, you're gonna take 24 points of damage from that fairy type damage.
I'm sorry,
about
you. I didn't mean to.
And then what's next? Then we get to Lux.
Okay, there would put me into flanking on him. Yes? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, his other plans didn't work. Let's go with something that actually works. Wood hammer. 9, it hit. And 45 damage.
45 damage on who? The bear?
The bear.
Okay. This is physical?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
Do I pick
Wait,
on
so is that a crit
stage?
then? Or is that not a crit?
It's a crit on 20.
Oh,
I only rolled a
on the
9.
accuracy. Gotcha.
45 minus. All right, the bear is starting to look bad. Starting to look bad. You've been beating on him. All right, and then we have 2 unconscious people. The janitor. Oh, you're not unconscious. You can, Remy. Go ahead.
I want to say out of character, just to the other players, like who do we want to take down here, the bear or the? Because Remy wants to still go for the lady.
I don't think you can discuss that in the heat of battle.
Okay, forget it. I'm going for the lady. He's gonna. Can I get through the bear? Is he frozen? Is that what you? Like, is he? What was the term?
Flinched?
Is the bear?
The bear is no longer flinched.
I see. So can I get past the bear at all, or
Roll an acrobatics
was that a
to get past
curiosity?
him.
Okay.
If you want to tumble underneath him, roll an
Okay,
acrobatics.
let's do that. Oh God, great. Okay,
No,
so and
You
then
did not-
and then that's fine. Then I'm going to look at Iridessa, and because she seems to be speaking Pokemon, he'll say, "I don't know what you are, but even if you get away, I will find you. But if I have a shot at it, you're not getting away, and this is for my grandmother." And he'll do a hypnosis to put her to sleep.
Oh, nice.
Oh. Yes.
And
Go.
oops, what am I doing? Why did that
So,
show? That's an
she's-
error. Sorry.
Okay, so before you roll the hypnosis, because she's not looking directly at you, right now the last thing she wanted to do is get out of there. So you're gonna have to roll me a command to convince her to look at your direction.
Okay.
Roll me a command.
Come on, pretty puppy. Got this.
8.
I will say you can do that. I will say she will look at you
Dear.
just enough for you to use hypnosis. Go ahead and use hypnosis.
Oh boy. And
20.
a crit.
Oh.
Wait, it's not a crit.
And then
It's a crit.
Oh,
The balance of the
nice.
world.
Yes.
All right, so that's a target falls asleep.
Yes, she falls asleep.
Oh my
she
God.
falls asleep right when she's about to leave.
I almost got away with it too. If it weren't for that dog and Rolly kids.
If it wasn't for the darn dog.
All right.
The Scooby.
So
and then
the
he'll
bear-
he'll kind of step on top of Noir like protectively, like the unconscious Noir.
the bear tick makes his way back to Iridessa, and he's going to try to wake her up, but it's going to take some time. We'll get out of combat for right now. The Gus, the janitor, will push his way through and say, "What's going on? What's going on?" And then he goes to he sees the bear tick and the Iridessa, and he sort of backs up from the bear, and then he sort of walks around. The bear is eyeing Gus, and he's grunting at him, and the Gus is trying to calm him down as he's making his way closer to Iridessa. And then Gus goes over trying to look through Iridessa's things to see if what exactly that she was doing, and she pulls out from her 3 plates: a flame plate, a meadow plate, and a splash plate. 3 Arceus plates. She was trying to take these plates, Gus says.
Hold on, I'm on the phone.
Yeah. The Jennies will say, we'll send someone there right away. She said, we'll send someone right away. You have a place? Do you have a spot where you're safe, ma'am?
All right, guys, we'll say I'm fine, and then hang up the phone.
Okay.
And then she'll start to run forward to. Hopefully, I mean, I assume since we're not in combat, she can just step around the Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You is still enraged, and he's just kind of flailing around in a blind rage right now. So you might not want to go near him.
Okay.
She skirted around the other wall. And Hark, something I wanted to do too. But my turn ended very abruptly. Could I roll a Pokemon education to see if Cassie could identify the Pokemon sound?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
13.
I'm gonna re-roll that actually. Well, actually no. I can see
Yeah.
if it fails first. Does it fail first?
I think you probably should. I think you have to declare that if you're going to re-roll before I give you.
I thought the skill actually said trigger
Oh, really?
failed roll. I'm checking to
Okay.
be sure.
I'm gonna say.
Oh no,
I'm going to
actually,
say-
hold on. Rereading it, no, it just says trigger. You make a skill check. So no, don't tell me. But I will re-roll.
Go ahead.
So.
Yes, you know that she was trying to tell the Pokemon it's time to go.
But could I identify what language specifically, or is it like a universal? Is
The
it Pokemon
universal
Basic?
Pokemon language. Pokemon Basic. Yes.
Okay.
Universal Pokemon language.
Well, cool. Now I know Pokemon Basic for time to go.
Yes. The Gus looks over to Iridessa, and he goes through Iridessa's things, and she finds a Pokeball, and he says, "Time for you to go back inside," and he uses it so that the Beartic goes back in the Pokeball. Well, and he puts the Pokeball back into, I guess, Iridessa's possessions. I guess. Well, that takes care of the big bear.
Yeah, the cops are on their way. Do you have any means of securing her at all?
Yeah, now that the bear's out of the room, Lux is beginning to think about what he almost just did. He is going to start slinking away. He is very ashamed of himself right now.
If no one's gonna stop Oo's gonna come right up to the sleeping Iridessa and like hips on her.
He's gonna do what?
He is furious wipes on her.
Oh, Fury Swipes?
Fern will be stepping in the way of that.
Yeah,
like
if
going,
no one's
whoa, whoa, whoa,
if no one's
ew.
gonna stop,
No. Fern's going to run after you and go, no, ew. More violence only hurts people. The person's down, stop.
Ooh is gonna say, "I want to hurt her."
Yeah, it doesn't mean you should.
Says,
Well,
she
Tiffany said,
hurt us. She hurt our friends.
she can't hurt us anymore. She's unconscious. You have to stop. You'll get in trouble.
Remy calls out. If Remy can, he's gonna actually bite the cloak, like hold on to Lux as he's bailing on the scene. He's gonna
Okay.
grab the hoodie, pull him back, and say, "You said something about being able to do nightmares." And then he looks at Iridessa.
I was almost mockery again. I don't want to be mockery. I can't be here. I gotta go. I gotta find Chase.
If
No.
she gets away, we're all in trouble. If you have a way to put her into a nightmare, you need to do that now. We're a team. I set that up for you. Gotta control whatever you're going through right now, and you gotta take her down before she gets destroyed by the mud creature.
What creature? Oh, the grammar. Fine.
Okay, while you're having that conversation, Gus and Cassie are conversing, and Gus looks into Cassie's with very serious eyes. You know, he takes a hold of her arm and says, "Did you just call the police? Did you call the Jennies?"
Yeah, I did. Is that a bad thing?
He says, that's all I needed to know. And his fingernails, two things are happening. His fingernails are digging very deeply into your skin
Oh, wow.
to the point that it's starting to hurt a little bit. You are now inflicted by toxic. You
What?
are very badly poisoned, which means that you start losing 10 hit points. And then he finally coughs. And the entire room is filled with smog as this deep smog comes out of his mouth. Roll a survival. Let's do that instead.
I know
That makes more sense.
athletics
Why
can
did
be used
this?
for endurance.
Yeah, I'm gonna say survival.
Rerolling.
Okay, that's bad.
Okay. All right. So people are coughing. Cassie, I'm gonna let you use a perception since you rolled a 14.
Okay.
21. Okay. You are going to see Gus scoop up Iridessa, and if you want to, you can try to chase after him, but it looks like he is running with Iridessa into the window.
Actually, if as
Across.
close as he is, or am I hindered? Because I have my lovely shadow stab ability. I
Yeah,
can
but you're
freeze him in
coughing.
place. Okay.
Yeah, but you're coughing.
I'm hindered.
correct?
Okay.
You're coughing. You're not going to be able to
Great.
stop him. Cass is the only one who rolled high enough to resist the coughing. She's the only one that can do anything at this point.
Okay, yeah, no, she'll chase. You want like an athletics?
All right. Athletics is fine.
Okay.
11. He's going to roll. He's going to roll.
He is burdened right now.
He is burdened. 19.
Oh.
He's still.
Yeah, no,
He's
that's
still. Yeah. I rolled 2 6s and a 5 and a 2. So that's going to be enough. You're going to try to tackle him, I guess, to the ground. You're going to try to tackle him to stop him from getting away. But he just barely manages to get out of your reach as he takes Iridessa, who isn't that heavy. She's actually a relatively slender. She's tall, but she's slender. And he actually is pretty burly. He's a custodian. But he just spewed out this poisonous gas from his mouth. And then you hear a crash as he crashes out the window. You guys are probably about you guys are like on the 4th floor, roughly. So he just jumped out of a 4th floor window. And as soon as the window crashes, the air starts to come in and the gas is going to start to dissipate.
So she missed her dive to like tackle him, right? But if they do have that long to fall, does she have time to like scramble up and look out the window to see what happens?
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll perception
You
for
go-
that, or can I just see?
You're just going to see.
Okay.
You're going to run to the window, you look out, and you can see that there was a Salmanek? The dragon, the flying dragon Pokemon. Salmek?
Salamence.
Yes.
Oh,
Salamence. Salamence was hovering just outside and was waiting for either Iridessa and or Gus to come out. And so they jumped through the window, landed on the dragon, and they fly away. The 3 of them fly away.
And I assume they took all of their belongings.
They took all of their belongings. The only thing that's left in the center of the room, so I should point out this physical structure in the center of the room. So this is actually an object it's a prism. It's a giant prism, and there are 3 shelves, like one shelf on each side of the prism, where you can clearly see that is where this is supposed to be a display structure. And each side of this prism looks like you could fit a plate into the shelf. This prism, Cassie, looks a lot like the prism that was behind Tiffany's door. This exact same prism looks just like that one.
Gotcha. Okay.
It'll be by this point that Drag Onair, and I'm going to say the rest of the trainers, are going to arrive at the scene. Because you guys are probably curious, like, oh, Pokemon hasn't arrived, hasn't come back in a while. We probably should check on them. And
That's weird.
Dragonair and the rest of the trainers will come into the room and says, "What? What just happened here? Why is it so cold? And why is the floor slippery?"
Why is this person bleeding out on the floor?
Well, she's under a box now, so
Yes.
can't see her. Were you a Templar in another life? Is that your box? Do we need another crowbar? Sorry.
Does
Yeah,
anyone
so-
else say or do anything before the Jennies arrive?
I
You
just
is-
want to say,
you is-
well, people. Oh, okay.
Well, Ew is quite furious now that Iridessa was able to escape. And he's back to flailing around, just in a blind rage. Like, I could have stopped her.
You could have killed her.
And
Gus was the bad guy in that situation. Francis. You don't blame yourself. Tries to comfort.
Remy will approach U and say, "Don't limit him." He'll say to Fern, and then he will say to U, "But this is not the time. Control yourself and save that rage for when we find them again."
U will start to calm down a little bit, but he's not in the mood to talk. He'll go off to be by himself in a corner somewhere.
Yep. Seeing you sulk off, Tiffany will go follow after. Baby, what's wrong? Oh, what happened? Dragonair, what happened? This is your premises.
I'm trying to find this out. Oh my goodness, she says as she sees Noir. I think she'll eventually see Noir.
Also probably also sees Noir.
Have 6 injuries.
What? Yeah, she's going to try to assess her injuries, and she says, "I'm afraid I don't know. Should I touch her? I don't know if I should or shouldn't. If I should wait to the authorities. Somebody should call the Jennies."
The Jennies are on their way.
Chase picks her up, and he uses the ability.
Okay, Chase, you pick her up, and then this warmth, you can sense this warmth welling up within you, and all of the other 4 sense this warmth. It's not as intense feeling as how Chase is feeling, but everybody else at least notices that they're using your ability, and you can see the silhouette of Ho-Oh appear right above Noir's body, and the wounds magically start to heal. All of her wounds magically start to heal. And with a big gasp, Noir wakes up from her unconsciousness. And Dragonair is watching this, and she is so shocked by this that she faints. She faints, unconscious.
Yeah, Cassie would only straighten up and glance
so no
back from the
smelling
window
salts.
once the gasp happened, so she didn't actually see it.
Cassie does what? I'm sorry?
She only straightened up from the window and glanced back once she heard Noir gasp, so she
Okay.
didn't actually see it happen.
Okay.
Molly will walk past, completely ignoring Dragonair, and she will go up to Nora and say, "Nora, are you okay?"
I think so. Remy, where are you? Are you okay?
Here.
Remy is back by Chase and Noir, and he's looking at Chase with respect, despite him not really caring for him earlier on. And Chase is he's not saying much, but he's staring at the prism essentially when this is all going down, and all he can think about is the door and the prison behind the door. And he looks at Noir and he says, "Do you think you can stand?"
I guess not very well, but that was you, wasn't it? Did you use the gift Ho-Ho gave us?
I don't know. I think it was us. I don't think I had anything to do with it. And he lets her down gently.
Okay, drop down, using him as a little bit of support, and going, "Oh, sorry. Thank you."
And he picks up. Chase will pick up Lux at this point. He's very distressed as to what Lux just experienced, and he unzips his hoodie for Lux to get inside, without saying a word just now.
Looks at the hoodie, looks out window, looks down, finally climbs in. Once the hoodie is zipped up over him, he's gonna wrap arms around you and start crying.
And Chase
You
will
has
just
also started crying.
Chase will hold
No,
his
probably-
chest close and then back up out of the room slowly.
Tiffany's gonna go over you, wrap her arms around. Sweetie, I'm sorry. I shouldn't let you go off.
He's crying, sobbing uncontrollably now.
Fern will probably be going up to Cassie and like rubbing against her leg and trying to like make her feel a bit better. While Nora's giving like she has a potion, she's just gonna spray that onto Remy. Deals 20 hit points.
Does
So
the potion work on humans as well? Sorry, Riz.
It's good.
Remy will like pat away the you coming near him with the potion, and he pushes your hand towards you.
I'll save it for a rainy day. But if you start feeling bad, I'm giving you a potion whether you like it or not.
And he circles her legs and then sits between her feet.
It's at this point that you hear footsteps running towards your general direction, and there is about a half a dozen Jennies, including Lieutenant Jenny. They come in. They have their weapons drawn cautiously as they all file into the storeroom. So they have all their weapons drawn and they're looking around, and then Lieutenant Jenny calls out, "We're clear. Everyone here is all right?"
Not
Oh.
exactly.
It's you five again, Lieutenant Jenny
Oh, it's you too.
Long time no see.
says. Lieutenant sort of surveys the room and says, "What happened?"
Hart, could I make a roll for Cassie? Just seeing as
Sure.
she was watching them leave, like, could she see, were they going in a straight direction-ish? Were they go?
Yeah.
Basically, I want to do a general education to see about the general geography of the area and see where they might be heading if they didn't change course.
Sure.
Just as far as she could see.
That is a 14.
Mm-hmm.
West. They headed west, due west.
Okay. Cool. Then at the lieutenant's question of what happened, she'll let out a bit of a sigh and straighten up again and turn around to face him and say, "Well, turns out that one of the contestants here today and the custodian were in on this robbery together. Looks like they managed to burgle 3 Arceus plates before leaving."
3 Arceus plates.
Wait, why does a contest all have Arceus plates? I'm confused.
Huh.
Well, she might be able to explain if she didn't pass out.
That explains
Whatever the
why
hell you guys did to cause that.
that explains why Iridessa tried to kill me.
What? Goth girl?
Yeah, she attacked me with ice. And so, like,
Who tried to kill you? Iridessa tried to kill you? Lieutenant Jenny asked.
Iridessa Chile. She was one of the contestants today.
One of the Jennies says, "I'll go and see if I can do a search."
And a lieutenant, something else you should probably know. These are like the last one.
Lieutenant Jenny rubs his eyes a bit. All right, so this definitely is not a coincidence. 3 plates here, 1 plate at the museum. I think we're going to have to find out where the rest of these plates are being stashed.
And try to beat them to it.
what plates were
Yes.
stolen this time?
The lieutenant doesn't know, so if somebody
He's looking
wants...
at Cassie.
Cassie could answer, but Riz can't. I remember there was a
Cassie
splash
knows
plate.
Meadow Splash, and Flame.
And flame, okay.
The
Relay
starter
scene.
plates. Starter plates.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know quite what this means, but if whoever this is going after the plates, we have to find out why and where they would probably go for these plates next. Is anything else that you noticed about these people?
Chase will ask Cassie, were they like the other one? Like they were like the other one? Could they do things
Like they
that
weren't
normal
entirely
people can't
human?
do?
Yeah.
Iridessa put up a shield of ice out of nowhere and shot both me and my Pokemon with shots of ice. And she
That's not normal, the lieutenant says. You think perhaps they were genetically engineered somehow?
I'm inclined
Just
to
like
think
the last one was?
I'm inclined to think spliced with the Frostlass and something of the coughing line personally.
there was else.
Pardon?
There was
So
someone
there was
else.
another person came here too, the custodian.
Gus, the custodian, tried to poison everyone in the room right before leaving.
Gus the custodian. Do you know his last name?
How if I know? Ask Dragonair.
No.
Oh yeah, she fainted.
Yeah, we should probably work on getting her up.
They're going to try to revive Miss Dragonair, and she will, begin to stir and say, what? Yeah, what happened? Is the contest over? Oh, hello.
Yeah, more ways than one.
Dragonair says when she sees Lieutenant. Good morning, she says with a smile. And
No,
Lieutenant Jetty says,
it's not.
good evening. Good evening, he says. You are the director of this facility? Yes, I am. We have some questions for you. Are you aware of these 3 plates that apparently were stolen by 2 people at the premises? One being your custodian and the other being a contestant at a contest that was taking place today. Wait, back up. Stolen, my custodian. You're talking about the 3 Arceus plates, the starter plates. Wait, they were stolen? Wait, Lieutenant tries to calm her down. One question at a time, ma'am. Where did you get the plates from? They were we got them at an auction. We thought that it would be a great way to put up on display right at the front of the of the facility when we opened it up. You have to. I mean, they're quite a amazing collector's item, if I might say so myself. But we paid good money for them. They've been stolen. I trust that you have some sort of insurance policy on them, Miss O'Nair. Well, yes, but still, you can't replace them. They're the Arceus plates. They're priceless.
Molly will look at her with like a lot of contempt and say, our friend here got seriously hurt, and all you can think about is money.
She says, I'm sorry, I'm just answering the gentleman's questions. If you want to get angry at me, ask him for asking the questions. And at that point, Lieutenant Chetty says, all right, everyone calm down. He will continue asking her like general questions, like, does she know why anyone would try to take them? Is there anyone who's, and has any reason to I guess, hurt her or hurt the business or whatever? And she says no. So there really isn't any other information unless anyone of the 5 would like specifically to ask her a question. I don't think Lieutenant Ginny is going to stop you from asking her any questions.
We didn't get the custodian's last name yet, did we?
No.
I think Cassie will ask. So who's this Gus guy? How long have you actually known him?
We hired him probably about, 2 weeks ago. He seemed to have very good credentials. He had some great references. He had a bit of a cough, but I mean,
What were his
other than
references?
that,
Who were his references?
she'll give some random names.
Okay, so
Some
none that
random
bear
names.
any meaning.
None that bear any meaning.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I wonder if these references are even real.
It's possible that they're
Considering-
not. Well, we didn't really double check. I mean, he's a custodian. We didn't really think that we needed to double check cross references his references, so we just hired him. He seemed fine. How do you spell his name, ma'am. Lieutenant says, Gus. Well, it's a accented. It's a G accented A-S. Gus.
Oh.
It's pronounced Gus. G accented A-S. Weasington is his last name. Gus
Wow.
Weasington.
That's a bit of a charade.
I mean, Cassie would mention that she last saw them heading west on a Salamence, but no questions are coming to mind.
Yeah. He'll take that down. Okay, we can continue this in the next session.